What's up, YouTube? So it is like 10:30 on a Friday night, and I am posting a video about macros because I promised I would, and I'm going to do it. So, what are macros? Last time I made a video, I talked about calories, which is just energy. It's a unit of heat that the body breaks down and uses for energy to get you throughout your day and do all the things that you need to do. Macros is just a further breakdown of those calories. Calories are made up from the macros. So your macros are your proteins, carbs, and fats. So it doesn't matter what kind of carb, whether it's simple or complex carb, every gram of carb is 4 calories. For protein, every gram of protein is 4 calories. For fats, every gram of fat is 9 calories. And then you have alcohol, which every gram is 7 calories. So there's 6 essential nutrients that your body needs to survive, which are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. If you have those 6 things balanced out, then you're going to be pretty good shape. So how do you know how much to eat of each one? Well, it really depends on your body. Everybody's body type is different. For women, sometimes because of our hormone changes throughout the month, we need more fats at certain times or more carbs at certain times. Um, why does this matter? Well, if you look at why do macros matter? I mean, so if you look at the different diets, you can see certain diets favor certain things. You have, your Atkins diet, which is primarily fat and protein based, and it cuts out carbs. Not really great to do for a long time because your body actually needs carbs to stay balanced. Carbs are the first thing that generally gets broken down by our body for energy. If you look at the keto diet, that's where you essentially train your body to burn fat first. Once you go into ketosis, your body burns fat first instead of burning the carbs. And so you're just like giving your body more fat and protein and cutting the carbs out for that. A lot of the diets out there cut carbs first because that's usually where people tend to overeat. So um, once you figure out your caloric intake, you can kind of play around with your macros and see what works best for your body. You can also get a coach to help you do this. You can get a nutritionist to help you do this. There's some calculators online that'll, help you get a baseline. And then you just kind of take those baseline numbers of protein, carbs, and fats. You eat those numbers every day and you just see how your body responds to that, and then you adjust, like, well, maybe I'll eat less carbs or maybe I'll eat less fat. And if you notice a difference, then you know that that's working for you. Then that's not always going to work for you, probably. Your body adapts and constantly needs to be kind of like shocked, not in a crazy way, but just like shocked into eating something new so that it's always like challenged to grow. Once your body gets used to receiving a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats, then you can you'll need to like increase or decrease certain ones so that it has to readjust and it never gets used to it and never becomes kind of complacent, and that's when you plateau. So just like a quick little example, I have my Cooper Institute uh, manual that I had to study to take that test about a month and a half ago. I'm going to get deeper into your protein, deeper into the different types of carbs and what they do for you, deeper into the fat topics later, one by one. There's a lot of information that goes with all of them, along with your vitamins, minerals, fibers, all that stuff. But right now, just know the basics and you'll be fine with that. So a lot of people are like, well, now I know what a macro is, and how do I track it? Well, you can go on my Fitness Pal. There's like a Macro Plus app. You can just Google macro tracking apps, and all the apps will pop up, and you can choose which one works best for you. I use my Fitness Pal, and I'm on the premium plan, so I pay $50 a year. and I'm able to, instead of just doing calories or like a percentage and trying to get close to the macros that I set, I can actually set grams of macros for protein, carbs, and fats to make sure I'm like exactly where I want to be. Once you do that, then you just plug everything you eat into that throughout the day. And that's how you can like look and say, okay, I have this many grams of protein left, or this many grams of fat left, or whatever. And then by the end of the day, you get all of them down to zero and you've eaten all your macros and you should be good. As far as like how you know what to plug in, usually like on my Fitness Pal is really cool. They have like a barcode scanner on your phone, on your smartphone, so you can just pick up the item and scan the barcode, and it generally pops in there. Because my Fitness Pal is created by humans, there are errors sometimes. Just make sure to compare the nutrition label to what's on the phone for that item, and make sure that it's, that it matches. So you're just gonna, if it doesn't scan in, you're just gonna like punch this in. You can create a new food item and you just punch in exactly what's on the nutrition label, and it'll go right into your phone. You hit save and log, and it'll go right in there and subtract however much you ate and show you what you have left. So I'm just using my BPI Sports S'more ISO hydrolase protein as an example of just like the nutrition label or the barcode. Also, something I get asked a lot is, do I track my BCAs? And the answer is, if it has any kind of nutrition information, whether it's BCAs or a stick of gum, I track it because I'm trying to like get super close in knowing what my body, like what works with my body. So I want to make sure I hit those numbers. So for my BCAs, like this is actually a pre-workout it's the new pre-workout from BPI Sports, sales pitch, but it actually does have calories. So like if it has a nutrition label, it generally has calories. So just look at that, make sure you log it because those calories do count. And yeah, so that's what macros are. Ideas about how much to eat, according to the current studies. For carbohydrates, you want to have about, my video cut out. So for carbohydrates, you want to have about 45 to 65% of your total daily caloric intake made up from carbohydrates. I like to have most of those come from complex carbohydrates because they keep me full and they contain a lot of fiber usually. So that's something that you definitely want if you're doing like a workout program or you're eating a lot of protein. You definitely want fiber to help move things along. And for protein, they say that for the normal individual just trying or just like going day to day or just trying to lose a couple pounds here or there, you want your body weight times 0.36, and that's going to give you the grams of protein that's recommended for you to eat a day. That's for a normal individual. Your body weight times 0.36 is going to give you the grams of protein to eat a day. For an endurance athlete, somebody running marathons or doing triathlons or things like that, it's going to be your body weight. I'm sorry, this is in pounds. Your body weight in pounds times 0.6. And that's going to give you the grams of protein to eat a day. So again, endurance athletes, it's recommended your body weight in pounds times 0.6 to give you the amount of grams of protein you should eat a day. And then for the strength athletes, your bodybuilders, your fitness competitors, your power lifters, your CrossFitters, all those awesome people, you're going to do your body weight in pounds times 0.8. And that's going to give you the grams of protein you should eat a day. So again, your strength athletes are going to do your weight in pounds times 0.8, and that's going to give you grams of protein per day. So once you get those numbers, then, or that number that applies to you, you would just break that down into however many meals you eat a day. And like I do 3 big meals and 2 snacks. So I just divide it up over those, and then I make sure I get all my protein, and it's easiest with meal prep. you can kind of plan it all out and know you're getting exactly what you're getting versus just kind of winging it. And then at the end of the day, being left with whatever you're left with and trying to figure out, like, okay, now what do I eat? So there is that. And then for fat, basically you just don't want any trans fat. Trans fat is man-made. You do not want that in your body. Look for monounsaturated or polyunsaturated. Try to stay away from the saturated fat. There's a lot of mixed feelings about coconut oil right now. Use it if you want. Video cut out again. So let me try this one more time. For your fat, we were talking about coconut oil before it cut out. So basically, that's kind of up in the air right now, whether the saturated fat in coconut oil is bad for you. I will say I personally have been taking coconut oil every day, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons a day, and I recently had my triglycerides tested, and I was totally like perfect with my triglyceride levels. So it's up to you if you are trying to keep your triglyceride levels down or reduce them, then maybe watch out for that and like maybe don't do that. But it's really up to you. Every body is different and responds differently to everything. So as far as fat goes, you want to keep it between 20 to 35% of your total daily calories. And so once you get your calorie information, like how many calories you want to eat a day, and you can break up your macros according to those percentages, or the equation that I gave you for the protein based on like if you're just somebody trying to lose a few pounds and you're not like really going crazy with your workouts, or if you're an endurance athlete, or if you're a strength athlete, or if you're all of those things at different times, you can kind of adjust your protein throughout that period to like suit your goals for that time period. Again, I use my Fitness Pal for my tracking on the premium membership. I just take the item and I scan it in. It's super easy. All the nutrition information pops up and I save it, and it logs right in there and subtracts what I ate and gives me what I have left to eat. Definitely check out your BPI sports products. Shameless product plug in my video. So I do love BPI Sports. If you have questions about that, contact me. If you have questions about the macros, go ahead and feel free to contact me on that. My next video, I'm probably going to break down the macros individually. Like I'm going to do a video on just fat and the different kinds of fats, and a little bit how our bodies digest that and use it for energy for different things. And then I'll just probably do one on carbs with simple and complex carbs, and then protein, like where you can get protein from, how vegans or vegetarians get protein versus everybody who eats meat, stuff like that. Try to answer those questions. And then we'll talk about vitamins and minerals and fiber and all the fun stuff. So definitely hit me up if you have any questions. And it is now almost midnight, and I am going to go to bed. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye guys.